are you guys?
Good. How are you?
Good, thank you. My name is Jade, and I host a show called The Playlist. Of course, you already know we have added 17, and of course, Honesty. We love to jam out with you guys every single night, and we're so excited to have you guys. I would say welcome to Atlanta, but welcome to Atlanta virtually.
Having us.
Of course, of course. Thank you guys for being here. I'm excited that not only do we get to talk about 17, ask you guys how you guys have been creating and just how your process has been influenced while we've been home these last couple months, but we're excited to see that you got the band with you too.
Yeah, I got the pink gang behind me strong.
Definitely. So let's talk about 17. Let's jump right into it. Personally, when I listen to it, and of course the lyrics, it just reminds me of, I think about when I was 17 years old, in love. A lot of times in high school, those are your first strongest loves. And that's when you just feel like you guys can be together forever. And there's not, when you get older, it's like different things come into the dating game and influence your love. Like love sometimes isn't enough to make the relationship work. But when you're young and you're in love, like you don't see it, you see it going on forever and it's just so pure. So tell us the kind of mind state that you were in when you were writing it.
I was gonna let you keep going because you was literally verbatim saying what I say. That's like that was my intention with the song. It's just to spark that inner youth in people, because a lot of times, like you were saying, it's just when you're growing up, things influence and they can kind of taint your view on love and like, is it really possible? Like, who knows? You just start feeling like, I don't know, but this song, I want people to hear it and go, you know what? It gotta be real because the way he's singing it, it must be something to this.
Definitely. As soon as you put it on, the emotion that you have behind the record, it's like you take us right to that. As listeners, you take us right to that place immediately. Like we can feel exactly how you're feeling. So I love that. I love that. As a multi-instrumentalist, for those people that don't know, you play the drums, you play guitar, you produce your own music, you write your own music. So for you, with all of those skills that you have acquired in this time, that already sets you apart as an artist, especially this day and age when, of course, there's a lot of things that go into making a great artist, a team, but you already have a lot of those incredible skills, which already separate you from a lot of other people. So from your own words, what kind of elements do you bring as Pink Sweats to the game that you feel like separates you from the others?
What do I bring to the game?
Even just if it's like as your sound or what R&B has been lacking and where you come into play.
Yeah. So I would say for me, what I truly believe is that I'm bringing back something with a twist. I feel like for a long time, we had in music black legacy acts. And nowadays, it seems like we don't really value or appreciate the black singer,
Mm-hmm.
and I wanna be a big voice for a lot of songwriters to step out in front of the light because at the end of the day, a lot of the songs you hear were written by someone else,
Right.
and that person doesn't have a voice essentially because a lot of times those people want to step into the light but they feel like trapped or stuck, like, man, I
Yeah.
can't sing about the things that I want to sing about. I have to do this because I
Thinking in that artist mindset or
yeah.
like through that artist as a vessel.
Yes, exactly. So for me, what I'm bringing is, I want people to see me in areas like how I grew up. I'm from West Philly, and there are parts of the world that are similar to where I grew up, where kids feel like they only have the option to rap or sell drugs or me. I want people to see me like, yo, who is this pink dude? He's like talking about love. People admire him. He's living a decent life. He's being
Yep.
respectful. Things like that. I want people to see diversity in black music because it's nothing wrong with any kind of music. I believe that it just should be a little more diversity, and I think that's where I come in, and we make this a little more of a gumbo, you know,
Yeah.
New Orleans style.
Most definitely. So even with all of those things in mind and of course, that is a part of the purpose that and the message that you want to send across just as an artist in your platform. Transitioning from being a songwriter on the creative side and moving into being on the forefront, just like what kind of mental changes did you have to go through to really own that space? Or were you already comfortable because you're so comfortable with your craft because that's what you've always done?
Wow, that's a great question. So the transition for me from songwriter to artist, it wasn't super tough, but it was eye opening because
Okay.
I didn't know what I was getting into. I thought I was just putting out some songs and I was
Okay.
hoping people liked them. But with that comes, people having opinions, which I wasn't used to because
Yeah.
behind the studio doors, it's just you and your friends. And it's like, oh, I don't like this or that. But then it's like people have opinions and you have to deal with yourself. Like,
How do you handle it? Do you power through it? Do you kind of second guess yourself? Or are you just like, it's just a learning process every step of the way because you're still honing into that?
me, I feel like I have a unique view. I try to find the truth even in negativity. Like if
Yeah.
there, if I try to first see if I can relate to what someone's saying, and I'm like, if I don't, then it's like throw it away because it's no good to me at that point. And for me, I want to stay positive and I want to keep making music that will, eventually rise the haters to become fans. Because a lot of times, whoever those people are, they are fans. They're just trying to get your attention. And that was something new because I had, I remember early on people would say things and I would like maybe like respond back and then they respond to me like, bro, you didn't have to say that. I'm just a
They're
fan.
just excited to see
So
you
confused.
respond.
Like, just the internet? Like, I don't know.
Right.
Yeah,
So
that's
growing up in Philly, I've heard you say in the past that people like Jill Scott, Music Soul Child, some of the most legendary R&B artists have come from where you come from. And, of course, music is always changing, always evolving. I hear pop influences in your music, rock influences in your music, and definitely just beautiful R&B. So, I mean, what is the debut album going to sound like? What can we expect as far as sound? And who could we expect any collaborations on this first project, or will it solely be you or on the first album?
so this first album, this is my debut album and I wanted it to be centered around me. I want to build a solid brand
Yes.
where when people hear a song, they're not like, "Oh, such and such did this song with this random pink guy." Well, who is it? Who is that again? I love that song. I wanted to be like, if you heard this song, you know it's me.
Yes.
It brings it all back to my brand, and you can dissect the things that I believe in and my vision. I'm not altering it for a feature's sake, And
Most definitely. Which I
I,
have to say, I feel that way about your music. The songs that we have out that we've been playing on the radio, it's like when I hear your sound, when I see the titles even, I just associate that with you, with your sound, with your look, with your vibe. So I love that, and I know that there's plenty more of that to come. Can we get I want to take a break from the questions really quickly. Do you guys mind performing 17 for us?
of course, let's do it. You guys
Hey.
do 17 right quick? Let's do it.
Okay.
One, two, one, two, three, and. Oh, yeah. I would need a million words if I tried to define all the things you mean to me. Yeah. For you, I'd die 1,000 lives. A special kind of energy. 'Cause love is born when hearts collide. Every time you touch me, yeah, you remind me that I'm still alive. So promise you never change, and I'll always be the same. We'll be dancing the same groove when we're 92, the same as 17. And I'll never lie to you. Just don't you hold back on me. 17. Yeah, yeah. I don't really know what's right. Yeah, but I can never call you wrong. I just wanna dance with you, floating over marble floors. You're something like an angel. Yeah. You do something to my mind. I could see 1,000 years when I'm looking in your eyes. So promise you never change, and I'll always be the same. We'll be dancing the same groove from 192, same as 17. Yeah. I'll never lie to you. Just don't you hold back on me. Yeah. I wanna love you as strong every night too. The same as 17. Yeah. Woo. Same as 17. Promise you'll never change. I love those lyrics. I'm sorry.
You guys sounded so great.
Thank you.
Awesome. Jade. So I want to ask you, we touched on it a little bit earlier, but with the state of the world, the obvious, everything that is taking place, everything that has taken place over these past 3 months, as an artist, how much has that influenced just like where you plan to take it when we, quote, go back to normal? As far as representation, as you're talking about in music, people that look like you, people that look like me, and also just the time, the time that we've been here and have had to kind of slow down.
Well, I would say for me, whenever there's intent, you don't have to maneuver when things happen. For me, I've always been on a mission to improve and add to the culture as far as people who look like me. So at this point in time, I feel honored to be able to say my songs and my music already reflect that. I didn't have to rush and do anything. I didn't make any new songs. They were like, oh, let me try to political, because at the end of the day, I'm born with this skin and I'll die with the skin. And as far as the content I want to create, like I said, when you operate out of intent, my intent has always been to elevate and contribute. I want to be here for a long time, and I feel like the people who are around for a long time usually have more to give than just a good song. And I feel like that shows through our history. If you look at a lot of the great entertainers, they did more than just sing about having fun. You have to have some sort of loyalty to your own people and, growing and encouragement of the youth. And to me, that's just what I want to do, and that I don't feel like I have to change anything because I've already been intentional about those things.
Right. That's where you operate from to begin with.
Yes, exactly. Thank you.
Okay, so I heard and I've seen, because I was creeping on your IG. You had a lot of really dope freestyle sessions where you were just like free flowing on the mic, no pen, no pad, just going in straight from the heart. So I also heard though that you can freestyle and I can throw you maybe a word and we can make a song out of it. So can we possibly do that?
Yeah. The better thought out, the better the song. Just putting that out there.
Okay. We're just having fun. We know you're great. So this is all in good fun. Okay, so I'm going to challenge you
to a song with the word radio.
I like radio.
Okay, good.
Let me get something, Lexi. Yeah. Doots, 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 doots. Yeah. Doot, doot. you play me on the radio. I hope when the chaos hit, I help it move slow. I hope that the complications just all go. I hope to hear Jade's voice on my radio. Jade, what's up? You in Atlanta? Thanks for inviting me. I feel like we fam now. I don't know what to say except the radio. I hope you play me on your radio. I hope when life's complicated, I hope it goes slow. I hope that all the things that you really don't know. I hope my music heal you and it helps you grow. I hope that you play me on your radio. When time moving fast, I hope I move it slow. Hey, I like that vibe so hard. Hey, let me go to the top on something else. Jade, that's her name. She got the voice that feel like satin in your ears, and this get you laughing, get you smiling, start reacting. Lexi on the guitar and this pink though. You know that we pulling with the pink wolves. Hey, get a pink. Oh, one day I'ma save up and buy a pink Rolls Royce. Oh, get that halftime. And break it down right quick. I hope you play me on your radio. When time moving fast, hope I help it slow. I just hope that you learn something you ain't know. I hope my music fuel you and help you grow. Hey.
I love that. That was the real vibe right there. Okay, Pink Sweats, I want to ask you one last thing before we, I know I can't hold you guys for long. I could ask you questions all day, but I love your story. I love the passion, the intent, the creativity behind your lyrics. I have so much respect for musicians that do everything and are super hands-on, from, like you said, your videos to just the entire creation process and where you want to be. So what advice can you give those kids right now who are graduating high school, graduating college, and they want to pursue the music or be an artist, be a producer, be in the entertainment industry, be a videographer? What advice would you tell them as they're getting ready to go into the world?
I would say intention, have a solid intention. Know what you're after. And when you don't, sit with yourself. Don't be so antsy. A lot of times creatives, our minds are always going already, so it's hard to sit down. But sometimes you need to sit down and organize your thoughts. So one, I would say intention. Two, I would say collaboration. Learn to not collab like, yo, bro, let's collab, but connect with people that everybody, if you're a producer, you don't need to have 30 producer friends.
Right.
You need a manager friend. You might need the one friend who is not so much always at the basketball court. He might be at the house all the time on a computer, or someone that's like a guitar player,
right.
Collaboration. And then the last thing I would say is invest in yourself and build. When you're collabing with people, make sure you're on the same page, because then you guys, when you don't have enough, everybody can pull together. And when you have a community, you can do anything. Like, funding isn't an issue when you have friends. And I always like to tell the story, when I didn't have a laptop, my friends got together and $100 from this person, $100 from that person, $100 from that person. And this is one of my best friends right here who was a part of that. So having collaboration and the mindset that you have intention, and you can't go wrong because your intent is right, and you're coming with the right people who have the similar intention, so that when you have resources, you have a family, you have a network.
Most definitely. I love those words. Definitely inspirational for anybody, but especially to anybody that wants to pursue and have the same dreams as you. So thank you for sharing those keys with the class of 2020. Thank you so much again for you guys joining us. I love that you brought all your buddies from the band. So that's super cool. We're excited to hear more music, and you already know I'm going to have 17 in rotation all night, and we're going to keep it rocking. So thank you so much, Pink Sweats.
Are you married, Jade?
No.
You got to call me so we can do it for you.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I love that. I love that so much. Because that is definitely, I was showering, listening to it. And I was like, oh, this is such a good wedding song.
I hope you really actually hit me up on this. I'm not joking.
Oh my gosh. Listen,
that's like my dream, to like do weddings.
I will listen. I'm gonna hold you to it.
Vegas too.
Well, thank you guys. I appreciate you, and we'll see y'all soon. Hopefully on a stage sooner than later.
You have a good one.
Bye.
Yes.